Hello.
Happy Wednesday.
Hump day.
Hump day, and also pre-pumpkin spice day.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. We saw the official announcement this morning. Also, I have black spray paint all over my hands. Sorry, forgive me. But we heard the announcement this morning. Pumpkin spice is coming out tomorrow. Now, we predicted it last week, and we did
predict it last week.
We were like, let's just live on a prayer. We're going to have a pumpkin spice craft for you all the day before the tentative day, and then we got the official day, and I was like, heck yeah, we guessed it right. So we're going to be making pumpkin spice craft. I feel like it's officially fall when that happens. I know it's not. It's still 90 degrees here in Tennessee today, but
you know what's wild to me is like, I feel like the majority of the summer, at least for here, I can't speak for the rest of the country or anywhere else, but at least for here, it felt more like fall most of the summer, and now it's officially just now starting to feel like hot summer. I guess we're in the dog days, but like it's not been like a solid
scorching
90 degrees like for a full week here this whole summer until
like
kind of like fall time.
Yeah, and August gets so hot down here. August is like the hottest month, and then it starts to go down, which I'm glad. I'm ready for fall.
And it's not just hot, it's like you can't breathe.
Yeah, because it's humid. The air is thick, you know?
Yep.
So if you live in humidity, you get it. But yes, so we're going to be making a really fun craft today. We actually have put this file on the website just for you guys to create. If you remember, you're going to have access to this file today. We literally just uploaded it. I designed it myself, which y'all know I've been really getting into paper crafting. I'm late to the game, no surprise. So I really love it.
You started out with the hard stuff and then went, or I'm not saying paper crafting can be very, very hard.
And designing it can be hard too.
Yeah.
Which you've been working on a paper craft today too.
Been working on a paper craft today,
So anyways, we really love it. I hope you guys love it too. It actually holds a gift card. You probably can't tell from the thumbnail, but you flip it over and there's like a little gift card slit in the back. So this is like something you can make to gift to someone. So we thought that would be fun. But we did want to let y'all know like that our sale is still going. It's almost over though. So make sure, I didn't check before we got on the live.
I don't even know if we have spots. I don't know how many books. I don't know if the books are taken yet.
Yeah, it's going to be very close.
Yeah, I don't.
Because we had like 20-ish yesterday.
So I don't know.
Yeah, so make sure if you all are wanting to sign up that you sign up for Maker University. We've been talking about this since last Sunday. Basically, we announced it. We had our pro boot camp all week. All of those videos are going to be off the channel by August 31st. So if y'all are wanting to watch those, watch them this week.
Yep.
Or sign up for Maker U and you'll have access to them forever.
Yay.
So love that.
Lindsay says, is it weird that I've never had pumpkin spice? So, I mean, it's such a big, I don't know. I mean, I think you should at least try it once.
If you're not a coffee drinker, then I would really understand it because it's like a coffee drink. But I just love pumpkin flavored things, period. I'm going to eat it if it's pumpkin.
I do like pumpkin flavored, but I am deep down in my soul, I am a peppermint mocha girl through.
Oh, me too.
Year round.
Hard for that. Yeah, like I will go hard for some peppermint mocha. And I know it's bad for you, but what is the brand with the red lid?
Oh, the Coffee Mate?
Coffee Mate peppermint mocha creamer. It's honestly, why don't they have it? Why?
They do have it year round now, I'm pretty sure.
No, they do because Mom keeps it at her house. And every time I go over there, I'm like, can I get some of your Christmas creamer?
And I think pumpkin spice is technically like a year round flavor too for like coffee creamers.
Yes.
But Starbucks is doing, it's just a big deal at Starbucks for pumpkin spice.
It's a marketing scheme.
It
I mean,
is.
let's just be honest. And honestly, they should have they should have a peppermint mocha release day. I'll make a gift card holder for that too.
You better believe it.
So anyways, we're going to be making a paper craft today. We're using all Ashley Falco stuff. If y'all don't have the Ashley Falco, don't worry. You can make this project today using whatever you have. Even if you don't have the orange and the pink and the brown, use what colors of cardstock that you have and just create something fun. This is a relatively easy paper craft, so I think y'all are going to really like it.
Yeah.
So,
and I want to just say, Did you not like create this last year at Pumpkin Spice release day?
No, I created it like in the middle of the summer because we were talking about doing something for Pumpkin Spice release.
I also, like, I'm just going to brag on Alicia for a minute. It was like, what was it, 10 minutes? You created this right before a live one day?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I did do that. I did. You know, sometimes inspiration strikes and you're like.
Because I was looking at her, I was like, did you just create that in like the 10 minutes we were getting ready for the live? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's not a big deal.
Sometimes I like get really inspired to make something, and this is one of those somethings. Like I just had a vision in my head, and I was like, I gotta get it out in Design Space. So yeah, we created it really quick, but.
So Debbie had a good question. I purchased the freshman and sophomore university bundle and I have finished all the modules. So do I need to do every project for graduation? That's a great question. No, you do not. After sophomore year is released, we will be sending out, like later on, we will be sending out something like a document where you can submit all of your projects, pictures of your projects. So just hold off for that, and that will be when you submit everything for graduation.
Yes. So very exciting. We've been seeing y'all posting your finished products in Maker University, and they look so good. I love it. Everyone who bought the bundle is like doing the freshman year to kind of warm up for sophomore year, which starts September 5th. So I love seeing the projects. I think they're so cute.
Also, Lorraine says, I have to disagree. Real coffee drinkers don't flavor their coffee. So I think I'm one of those like really weird people. Like I have my days where I drink like straight hot black coffee, nothing in it. And then I have my days where I want a little bit of flavoring in it, and sometimes I like it cold. And then sometimes I'll even drink cold brew with nothing in it.
Yes.
Like cold black coffee with nothing in it. And sometimes I'm like, today is a lot of creamer day.
Yes.
Or today is some flavoring day. Some days it's just straight coffee and creamer. Some days it's nothing.
Yep.
I don't know if anybody else is like that.
No,
but
I go back and forth, and I used to only drink, I would drink hot coffee with 2 spoons of sugar, and that was how I drank my coffee every day. When I was a nurse, that was how I drank it. I don't know if I was like, it just needs to go straight to the bloodstream. Like I just needed to go. I was like shooting coffee in the break room. So, but now I'm more of like a chai tea girl. I like a little cold foam on top. That's my go-to drink. So, which is kind of like a fall drink. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the craft. We're rambling about coffee. I have been filming this morning, and you know, I'm getting pretty pregnant. So how many weeks am I? 33 weeks now. My back has been killing me. If y'all see me pull a chair over here, it's because my back is hurting because I'm carrying a child. Let me show you all close up what we're making. Let's go overhead so y'all can see. First of all, look how cute she is. And I was doing a flex seal video this morning, so that's why my hands are black. But look how fun, y'all.
I'm obsessed with this. I love the fact that it is a gift card holder that doesn't look like a gift card holder.
I know.
So turn it over on the back and show them how to put it in.
Okay, so this is the back side of it. I love this so much because we just cut these little slits in here, and you can just pop the Starbucks gift card in. Now, obviously, you can send them a digital gift card, but y'all, we are crafters, okay? I love a handmade gift. I love making them, receiving them. So this is just like an extra special touch. And then we even used a pen to write from your bestie, Alicia. So this is just a cute little, just because gift on Pumpkin Spice Day, just to cheer people up. So love this. I do have all of our supplies here. You're gonna need, not a whole lot. I've got all of our Ashley Falcos out here. So I don't know why I did not bring the orange in.
I'll go grab it.
I don't need it.
Okay.
Because I already cut it. I pre-cut everything.
Perfect.
But I did use, so you're going to need an orange. The one I linked, or the one I used, is not Ashley Falco. This orange is just a random orange we had. The Ashley Falco oranges were not the right orange shade that I wanted. She does have some cute ones. And I linked one of hers, but use whatever orange you like. And then I've got, this is her ivory, which is my favorite color she has. I know it's just white.
Absolutely.
I just love this color. It's like the perfect shade of ivory.
It is.
And then this pink, this is the watermelon pink, and this is the brown glitter. So, got all those. This is that shed-proof glitter that we're obsessed with. And then I've got a standard grip mat. This is a well-loved standard grip mat. I recommend a light grip mat for this. We're gonna have lots of tiny paper pieces. So a light grip mat or a well-loved standard grip mat is gonna be your best bet. And then I have a brayer, I have a scraper tool. Now, you could use a burnishing tool. I love using a thin, do you see how thin this is? This is the Maker's Gonna Learn burnishing tool that we gave away in our swag bags. This right here, Cricut makes something called a scraper tool, and it's not exactly like a burnishing tool. You can use it for that, but where this is so thin, I'm able to scrape stuff off of my mat, and that's why I love these so much. A spatula, yeah, we've got one. This spatula would also work. These are great for paper crafting because they're so thin that lip can get underneath the paper. So love these for paper crafting. I've got our two-way glue zig pen. These are also phenomenal for paper crafts. I have our ATG gun, per usual, that's our fave. I have a Cricut pen. You can use whatever pen, and you can even hand write on the back of these, but I'll show you all how I added some writing using our sketch fonts. And then I have reverse tweezers. These are amazing for small pieces of paper crafts. And I have a scoring stylus. So,
and I think you all are definitely going to want to stick around to see the trick that Alicia uses with the scoring stylus because it makes it so much easier.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be like a game changer for your paper craft. So I've done it in another tutorial. I can't remember which one. But let's get logged into Design Space. Back up. What is this? Let's X out of this. Y'all, I made the cutest doormat today. Look, there's a sneak peek. This is a long,
sneaky peeky.
This is a long tutorial. It took me like 2.5 hours to film this tutorial, but this is a big doormat. So anyways, let's say
we've got some good stuff coming up. I'll say that.
We have some really fun like fall crafts, Christmas crafts are like on point this year.
Yeah.
Y'all are gonna love it. So let me just go, I'm gonna do a new document and we're gonna go to the Maker's Gonna Learn website and we're gonna type in pumpkin spice card. Now it's linked below for you all so you can just snag it from the description. But if you're perusing the website and you wanna find it this way, look at, this is Lauren's from last year. I should have brought that little cup in here, it's so cute.
Oh yeah.
The pumpkin spice girl. Lauren made this file last year Lauren did a whole tumbler with like whipped cream on top and it's a glitter shaker tumbler. Y'all, it is adorable. If you want to make a tumbler, you got to go make that one. It's so cute.
Yeah.
And then here's the file we need today. So we're just going to download that. It's going to go into a zip folder. And then you can see right here, we've got our SVG. So let's open up Design Space. I'm going to go to Upload and then Upload Image. I'm going to go to my Finder just to pull it up. And then we're going to click and drag that SVG into Design Space. So we'll upload and select it, add it to our canvas, and there you go. Now, this may look super intimidating, and I'm gonna tell y'all the workaround would be to flatten everything and print then cut this out of cardstock.
Absolutely.
You could, like, if you're like, I wanna make one today, I don't feel like putting all that together. Listen, Linda, you could literally go over here and hit flatten and like print it and cut it and we could be done in like 5 seconds, but we like to make things a little bit more complicated around here. So we're gonna make it, which it's fun. It looks like more 3-dimensional, I feel like.
Yeah.
So anyways, whenever y'all pull it in, and this is with a lot of paper files, they come in grouped together. And we don't want to be resizing anything. If we do need to resize, you want to resize everything all together. But when you pull this in, it's going to come in at the standard dimensions that we prefer. So this is a 7.5 inch, not even, let's see. Let's ungroup here. So go up here to ungroup everything. Let's see how wide this is, 6.78 inches. So that's a good size. We don't want to go much smaller because we're putting that gift card back here. This is set up to fit a standard gift card. So you don't want to resize anything. So now that everything's ungrouped, you can see over here in the layers panel, we've got lots of different layers. Now I'm going to pull my chair over here because I can just feel my back is killing me. I feel like an old lady.
It's all good.
My back is killing me. Okay, so on this left side, we don't really need to do anything with this right now, okay? So I'm just gonna set it to the side. Let's zoom in just a little bit. Now, paper projects can feel like a puzzle sometimes. There's just so many different elements. I wanna show you all what I like to do when I'm doing paper projects. So I'm just gonna show you how all of this is separate. You can see the pumpkin spice is separate. Now we're gonna have to actually go in and line all this up. So what I like to do is I'm gonna take this piece right here and I'm gonna duplicate this, okay? And right now, if we go up to our operations, you can see it's set to a basic cut. Now I don't want to cut, I'm wanting to score our design. I'm wanting to score this design on this tan layer. And what that's gonna do is allow us to line these cut out layers up perfectly. So this is the little hack that we were talking about. So we're just jumping right into the nitty gritty part of it. So what I like to do is duplicate that layer. I'm gonna change this to a score function. Okay, and let me zoom in so you can see what's going on. You see all these dotted lines here? That's where our scoring stylus is gonna come in. And I'm gonna grab that layer as well as our beige layer. So select your layer, hold the shift key down, select the other layer that you want. I'm just gonna pull those down. Scooch this over a little bit. And we just wanna make sure it's lined up. Now I don't think, let me align it to center. I don't think that'll do it right. Yeah, no, it won't. So just line it up exactly where you want it, okay? And what we're gonna do after you get it right where you want it, we're gonna select both the score layer and the beige layer, and we are going to attach them. And so now Cricut knows to cut out the beige layer and score where those dotted lines are, okay? You have to change it to score though, or it's not gonna work. It's gonna try to cut it. So that's your little hack for lining things up. And then when we cut out this orange stuff, let me bring it to the front, you're gonna know, oh, this lines up perfectly right there. And it's gonna be right exactly where you want it. So super helpful. And then we've got, let's look at our other stuff that we have here. We have our little pumpkins. These are gonna be, all this brown is being cut out of brown glitter. We have our pink pumpkin, and then we have our little teacup. So there's not a ton of elements. Now, some of these little letters will cut out. They are not completely connected, like the C, this I, and this S, even the A. Those are gonna cut out on their own, so make sure whenever we go to cut this that you're not losing any of those little tiny baby letters. And then before we do anything else, we've got the front layer basically separated. And then we have this over here. So it looks to me like everything is good to go, because we're gonna need to be cutting this. All these little pieces right here are gonna be cut out of this, so we don't even need to touch that. I was wondering if we would need to change this to a basic cut, but we don't. The only thing that we would need to do is add in our letters. So we can add in, it can say whatever we want. Love, your bestie, Lauren. Maybe Lauren wants to gift somebody a...
Maybe so.
I'm gonna change this to a capital. Actually, I'm gonna make all these capitals. I don't think there's a rule because it's not a complete sentence. And also it's a craft, so. And then I'm just gonna change my font to a sketch font. So I already have some downloaded on here. I'm just gonna type in sketch. And these are all on the Maker's Gonna Learn website. We have tons of different sketch fonts. This is not even all of them, y'all. I have not downloaded them all. And what you can do is shrink this down. And then I'm going to select them both, go to align and center horizontally. Oh, that is not, I want it to be centered with the card. So I'm just gonna do it myself. And I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller because it's getting real close to that edge there. Okay. And right now, if I select that, I want y'all to look up here at the operation. It says basic cut, okay? This needs to be a pin function because we're gonna be writing that. If you leave it at cut, your machine is gonna try to cut that out, and we do not want that, okay? And then we're gonna select everything and attach it. Good. you scored the pumpkin but didn't score the teacup, we can score the teacup if you guys would like to do that. So Lorraine's wanting me to score this teacup. If that helps you, we can totally do that. So all you need to do is select whatever element that you want to line up and just duplicate it. And then we'll bring it down here exactly where we want it. Just line it up. We're gonna change the operation to score, and then you can attach that to that layer as well. Good deal, easy, right? Okay, does anybody have any questions? We're just scooching along here. That's it. Y'all, I was gonna design this with you, and I was like, no, I don't wanna stress you guys out. So I feel like this is pretty easy for a paper craft. So what we'll need to do next, I already have cut everything out, but I want to show you all how to cut this beige layer out. So let's go overhead, and I'm going to cut out our beige layer. This is actually technically ivory. The color is called ivory. So we're gonna put this, oh wait, listen, I got some scraps. I saved my scraps today. And we're gonna line it up. I'm going to bray it down. Okay, and like I said earlier, make sure that you all are using a well-loved standard grip mat and not a new standard grip mat. It will be way too sticky for these little details, and you're gonna see what I mean here in just a second. But what we're gonna do next, go to the share screen, and we're gonna go to Make It. And Lorraine, I think you're talking to me. She said, thank you, Lauren, but I think she's talking to me. So I have, look here, y'all can see, this looks like a crazy jumbled mess, but this is gonna help your life so much. So we're just gonna cut this layer out today. Everything else, except for the brown layer, is gonna be cut on medium cardstock. So orange, ivory, and pink, those are all gonna be cut out of medium cardstock cut setting. The brown will be cut on glitter cardstock cut setting. So let's go ahead and hit continue. And we're using an Explorer 3 today. I'm gonna select medium cardstock. And you can see here, it's prompting me to add my scoring stylus in clamp A. Now, if you're using a maker, it's probably gonna say, put in your scoring wheel. Well, if you have a scoring wheel, you can do that, but we love to use the stylus because we can put the stylus in at the same time as the fine point blade. So let's go to our machine, and I'm gonna put my stylus in right here. Now, if you have a maker, it's gonna sometimes prompt you to put that scoring wheel in this one because it's an adaptive tool, but then you have to like take it out and put the fine point blade in, and it's just like a whole bunch of work, and we don't wanna do that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We don't wanna be fooling with that. So I'm just gonna slide this in. Okay, and then it's gonna measure our mat. I may show y'all the pink layer as well so you can see the machine actually ride if you haven't used a sketch font before, because it's pretty cool. Just making sure it's stuck down all the way, and then we're just gonna hit go. It's okay, Lorraine, I forgive you. I think some people call me Lauren, some people call Lauren Alicia. As long as you're not calling us Tanner, that's fine. Listen, I get so much, Lauren gets it because she has 2 sisters.
Yes.
My mom calls me like all of my sisters' names.
They have to go through the roster.
Yeah. We both have a lot of sisters, so our moms like never know our name. And I swear, like, I'm already having a hard time with both of my girls. I'm like, Ruby, no, Georgia, no, Ruby.
Georgia's not even here.
I know, she's not even here. I said, why can't it be socially acceptable to just name your kids like Ruby 1 and Ruby 2? Like Georgia 1 and Georgia 2. I'm like Georgia 1 and Georgia. I would probably still get it confused, but I know some of y'all moms out there get it. Trish says, I wish you could auto select stylus once so you don't have to keep changing it. I know, they should make that. They should do that as the Design Space update. Tracy said, I just made a hazelnut iced coffee since you made me thirsty. That's hilarious. Okay, so this is scoring right now. Actually, it's cutting out our little tiny letters. So when I pull this off, y'all are gonna be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I do have all of our other pieces here. I'm just gonna kind of get a little pile going. When I do paper crafts, I like everything to have its own pile. So I've got our little, I try to color coordinate them. So this is my first beige piece. We won't use that. We'll use the one we're cutting out right now. And then I have our brown glitter pieces. You can see how dainty these brown pieces are. This is why you don't want to use anything super sticky in terms of matte. You want to use like a light grip matte, because pulling those off, it would ruin them if you did it on too sticky of a matte. And then I've got our pink pumpkin, our pieces for our mug, and then the back side of our design. So we are good to go. Bryn says, sometimes I call my pup my daughter's name and vice versa.
Megan said the same thing.
That is hilarious. Oh my gosh, listen, it happens to the best of us. It really does.
That's why I stopped at 1. So I don't, so I don't have to go.
You'll never have that problem unless you guys get a dog. Do you guys have a dog?
We did.
Oh.
She's no longer with us.
Oh, how long did y'all have her?
13, 14, no,
Golly,
15 years.
really?
I was a freshman in high school when we got her.
We lost my cat this year, and we had her when we bought our house like 5 years ago, and she was my baby, and I literally had never been heartbroken over losing an animal. I was hysterical. I think I remember you came in and I was like, if I look like I've been crying, I have. I was hysterical. I was so upset. Anyways, we won't bring the energy down. Okay, let's look. Can y'all see? It's very hard to see. I'm going to try to like give you some angles here. Can you see where it is scored? Can y'all see that, Sadie? No? What if I come closer? You see where there's like a subtle outline around everything? You can't see it? Oh no. Okay, well anyways, when you do it in real life, you can see it, I promise. So I'm gonna scooch this stuff up just a little bit because I want it to be out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna flip this over, very delicately going to remove all of these pieces, okay? Now you can see our eye is stuck on there. We're gonna have to get that off here in just a second. I'm gonna flip this back over and pop everything out. Actually, we may be using the first one I cut because this is much smaller than the one I have. Okay, so we've got this piece. All of our pieces are scored. I wish you all could see this scoring hack better. Jody says that they can see it. It's just very, very, very subtle. You can see it better. Okay. Okay, so that's what, and it's so helpful when you're trying to line stuff up, y'all. It really is. So I've got like all these, I've got this little S here. We want to save that. We've got an A up here. We want to save that. That goes to the top. We've got our C. Okay. And then I have our I, which I'm going to get off with these tweezers. So make sure you get all of your pieces. And then what I want to use our scraper tool for that we were talking about earlier is removing all of these little pieces. Look how easy it is to remove those. Don't y'all hate when you have to go in and like manually get those off with tweezers? Oh, I hate doing that. So this makes it a lot easier. Okay, beautiful. Now we've got all of our pieces. I'm going to set everything over here. Make sure you don't accidentally throw anything away that you need. And we can start assembling. Does anyone have questions so far? No one's like asking any questions at all. Kevin says,
I think they're just watching.
They're just chilling, watching. Okay. Mm-hmm. Kevin and Penny, my scoring pen used to tear the cardstock after I moved the house and used a different pen. The stylus no longer works at all. Listen, if you're still under warranty, call Cricut customer service. They will straight up replace your housing, and if that doesn't work, they'll straight up replace your Cricut. So, and they have done that for us because we had actually 2 of our machines. Lauren's machine still doesn't have the scoring stylus function. Nope. And then mine didn't, and I called them and they sent me a whole new Cricut. So There you go. And we can still use, well, no, we can't. I guess we can't because they deactivate it if you get a new Cricut. Okay. So when you're doing paper crafts, my favorite thing to do is work from the back to the front. Now for this one, when I say back to the front, we're gonna start with our brown glitter layer. So I'm just going to grab our brown piece right here. I'm gonna set these kind of to the side. And this is where we just start building. This is it. This is why I love paper crafts. I feel like they're just so therapeutic and we can just chill and make it. So whenever you're attaching glitter to anything, you've got to have a really strong adhesive. Zig pen is not it, okay? ATG gun is going to be pretty good. So for me, oh, hold on, let me make sure this is going to line up. Yes, okay. What I like to do is take this beige layer or the layer that's going on top, and we're just going to apply this ATG on to the back of here. So this is a double-sided adhesive, and you have to hold this trigger in, and then you put pressure down and then release the trigger and kind of push, and it leaves a little strip of double-sided adhesive on your piece. Now, I'm not gonna do it down here on these letters. I am gonna use the Zig pen there, but it doesn't secure it as nicely as this does, so we gotta make sure we put a good amount of glue on there. And make sure you're holding this sturdy when you're adding the ATG so you don't rip it, because it could easily rip. So I'm just adding all these little pieces. The ATG gun is kind of a learning curve. It's kind of a learning curve to learn how to use and to reload and stuff like that. But once you figure it out, it's amazing. Okay. Before I put this on, actually, let's go ahead and use our Zig pen for the letters. Would a sketching pen also work for this hack? You could use a sketching pen.
My biggest concern is it would line up, but you would still see the pen.
Just a little bit, yeah. Yeah, and that's why you don't want to do that. Jody, we scored it so that you can line up all of these little bitty baby pieces. Like this mug right here, let me move this. This mug is in like 4 different pieces. My brain won't have to figure out how to like attach them and line them up, because if I have score lines, it's basically giving me an outline for where to put it. So that's why I showed you all that scoring hack, and that way you don't have to figure it out on your own. The Cricut does it for you. Now with the Zig pen, I like to kind of prime it, so I will bounce it on here. You can even just do that, but I used to do like, what do you call it? Like custom names and art at this place in Knoxville, and we used paint markers, and that is how we would bounce our paint markers like that. Mm-hmm. So I do it with the Zig pen, it works better. And I'm just dotting this on here. This goes on blue, but it dries clear. Okay, so putting it on all of these letters. If you wanted to add some around the perimeter just for safekeeping, feel free. It's not gonna hurt it. We've already got the ATG on there. Okay, now I'm gonna stand up for this. Y'all see it? Don't let my big head get in the way. And then you just want to line this up as good as possible. Pay attention to your edges. Okay.
Someone did ask, would you be able to do this project with a mix of cardstock and vinyl? There are so many different ways you can do this. It's just hard to put vinyl on cardstock. It's easier to put HTV on cardstock, but then you run the risk of curling your paper. You can do it. We do it. We have done it before. We do it. Just know that sometimes it will, if you keep too much heat on it, it will curl your cardstock.
Mm-hmm. Glenda said you could use strong glue dots on the smaller letters. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's totally an option. While we're working on the beige layer, I'm gonna go ahead and get my reverse tweezers. What I like to do when I do small stuff like this is grab my letter, and I'm gonna grab it like this, and then I'm gonna take my Zig pen while I'm already holding it And I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue on the back of my letter and then flip it back over and attach it there. Okay. Do y'all get ads for, not ads, but like videos on your Facebook feed of people making paper crafts, or is it just me?
Maybe I definitely do.
Do you get some?
Some.
I love watching them. Like, they make the 3D like shaker cards, and I will sit and watch those all day long. I love it. And they're like sped up. I love it.
Yeah, reverse tweezers are an absolute must for paper crafts.
Absolutely. Even better than just like regular tweezers. Not me putting that on the wrong side of the S. I think I did that on the last one. What am I doing? Okay, I just wiped the glue off. And it looks upside down, but this S is bigger on the top. Okay, it goes on like this, so I need to flip it over. So make sure you're checking that before you start going willy-nilly with the dang glue like I did. Okay. And then we got one more. It's our eye. I'm just making sure everything's lining up. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beauty, beauty. The Facebook reel rabbit hole gets me every time, Kristen said.
You ain't kidding.
That is the facts right there. It really does. Don't get on TikTok. If you ain't got TikTok, don't
start it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
So funny. Shaker cards are one of my favorite things to make too, Glenda. I love a shaker card. I love glitter and like confetti, so I'm a sucker.
Oh no.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just sitting over here designing.
Oh.
And I got stuck on a
That's
code
why Lauren's being quiet. She's working on a Christmas card.
that I'm super excited
Yeah,
about.
she's like, if I get quiet, it's just me working on a Christmas card. I'm like, girl's fine. We're going to be doing some card making ASMR.
ASMR.
You guys know what ASMR is? If you don't.
Bentley. Ding.
Listen, I love ASMR. I do. I love it. I'm a weirdo.
Why is my favorite when people do like these ASMR videos, especially those girls with the cars. But then
The cars?
Yeah, Bentleys and Rolls Royce. There's like these girls that will stand in front of these cars and they'll go, Bentley, and like, ding, the top of the thing. But then my favorite are the parody videos where like there's people that are like,
Making fun of ASMR?
Schwinn.
Yes. The ones that make fun of it crack me up. I want y'all to know that before ASMR was really popular, I found ASMR. I'm not trying to be like, I found it before everybody else. But when I was in nursing school, I could not sleep. My anxiety was so bad, I would stay up like all night. I would stay up till like 4 o'clock in the morning for no reason. And I was like, I have to go to sleep. And I remember thinking, what makes me the sleepiest? And it was, you know, the clear, like even this would be ASMR for me. Like the clear sheet protectors that are inside of binders. Mm-hmm. Okay. If somebody came into school and they had a binder and they opened their binder and were flipping
the pages,
I'll go immediately to sleep.
so it's like white noise for you.
Yes, and like so very hard for me in school anyways to stay awake. Like I was not a good focuser because I was like, y'all keep flipping your pages and I'm fitting to fall asleep. I was like, I'm gonna fall asleep if y'all keep turning your binders. So anyways, I looked it up and I was like on YouTube, and I think I put in people flipping through binders, and it turned up this ASMR video, and I was like, ASMR, and it's auto-sensory meridian response.
Yeah.
They don't know why.
Autonomous sensory meridian response. Yeah.
Yes, and it basically, they don't really know why it happens. I think that it's something that your brain is trained on accident to respond to, and it makes you relax. It like relieves tension in your brain. It relaxes you.
Mine has. Me and Asher are now hooked on meditation music at night.
Oh,
we call it our sleep music.
Like spa music.
Yes.
Kind of. Yes. Oh, I love that.
And I've noticed it really affects my dreams too.
Yes. Well, listen, if you don't know what it is and you're trying to relax, look it up. And there's all different kinds. There's weird kinds, okay?
There's some weird stuff out there.
Yeah, like you're going to have
some
to find.
Weird people.
Yeah, so Sin says it stresses me out. my husband, he's like, that's freaking weird. I'm like, you don't have the ASMR like thing. Yeah. And the people who get it, like, get it. But if you don't like it, it's like very cringy. So anyways, that was a tangent.
That was a tangent. Oops.
Very passionate about ASMR, okay? Okay, so we've got our beige layer on. Let's go ahead and add in our orange layer. Now you can see this got cut into a couple different pieces, and that's okay. If you do your score lines right, then there's no worries there. You know what I'm saying? Because you can just line it right up. So I'm just kind of laying these out to see where they need to go. And then we're going to pick these up individually with our reverse tweezers. And I'm just going to flip them over. And we're going to add our two-way zig pen. Okay. So I just like to dot this. You can totally like scribble if you want, but dotting just works for me. So dot, 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 dot,
This
dot.
is why that trick, the scoring trick for that layer is so important.
Yes, because then you don't have to go and try to line everything up. You'll see when this one doesn't have the scoring lines on it because the one we cut that with scoring lines was too small. So this is, but that's like pretty good there. That's cute. I got a dang black fingerprint on my eye up here because I have Flex Seal all over my hands.
It's still not dry?
Oh, it's dry, but it's like rubbery because it's Flex Seal. And it, like, I tried to wash the brush out. It was like smearing all over the sink. It was smudging and smearing everywhere, but you know, what do you do? It happens. Okay, and we're just going to keep on trucking. Keep working our way over. I have not seen a single question.
There's not been really many.
Okay. Bryn says, I've given it a chance, but it does the opposite and makes my body cringe. It will. Like, even, there's ASMRs that I cringe at that, like, hurt me to listen to. Like, people eating. Now, it makes me want to throw up.
Christine said that that helped her with her chemo because it would give her an appetite, but that's not called ASMR. That's called, like, mukbang or something.
Mukbang.
Mukbang.
But some people, like, oh my gosh, there's this girl I used to watch. And there was a couple that I would watch. Actually, I had like 2 or 3 videos that I would watch on repeat to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Why does hold on, sorry, I'm being quiet because my eye looks. Oh, I'm missing the dot to my eye. I was like, why does it look weird? I was tripping. I was like, why is it so short? I'm missing the dot to my eye. I'll have to find that. I don't know where it is because I cut these this morning. It's okay.
I can go look.
Oh no, it's probably in the bottom of my trash can. It's okay. I can cut a circle out here in a little bit. Okay, let's just dot the rest of this. Anyways, I would watch the same ones like over and over again because I knew that they wouldn't make me cringe. Also, if you have ads on your YouTube, you'd be listening to ASMR and then at like 2 o'clock in the morning, it'd be like, Verizon Wireless. And you're like, oh my gosh, and it like wakes you up in the middle of the night. That was the worst. So try to get ad-free YouTube for that. All right, our orange layer's on, except for our dot on our eyes. Okay, just don't look at it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and add on our little brown layers. Y'all can see, this is just, you just gotta start from the bottom, work your way up. In the words of Drake, started from the bottom, now we here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what documentary I watched last night?
Oh gosh, what?
Johnny Football.
They have not seen that one.
You haven't? It's really good.
Mm-mm.
Okay, before we do that, I've got to add in my pink pumpkin. I almost goofed.
I was watching your video. I was watching the video. I was like, leash.
Yeah. Gotta put my pink pumpkin on first. It's okay. We're just gonna lay that backside up. And then I'm just, y'all, I gotta stop talking. I gotta stop talking because I literally
Everybody's
looked at
like,
it.
don't you do the pink piece first?
Yes, I just need to shut up is what needs to happen. And I put it on backwards the first time. If you see my glue dots, it just adds character, okay?
Wait, where's, okay.
This is right.
There's not a, oh yeah, it is. There's not, I just noticed there's not a white piece behind that pumpkin. Like the white layer.
Oh, yeah. No,
But it's
there's
meant
not.
to be like that.
Yeah, it's meant. That's the way it was built. I'm going to reapply some of that glue to the outline because it kind of dried on me. Okay. Beautiful. This one's kind of hard to get lined up perfectly. Just do your best. And don't put your pumpkin on backwards like I did. It just adds character, you know? Okay, and then we're gonna do this pumpkin over here. All right.
Kelly, we are using cardstock from, actually we're using a couple different cardstocks. The glitter and the pink and the ivory is from Celebration Warehouse. The orange is honestly just a random color we had in the office. It's probably from like, Recollections is a great brand of cardstock. So
lots of options there.
lots and lots of options.
Yes. Okay, now we're gonna work on our little teacup.
Someone also suggested using a cute little gem for the dot on your eye.
That's a good idea. Oh my gosh. We could use your diamond art diamonds.
Oh, you want me to go grab one?
Yeah. Do you think they'll be big enough?
No, actually, now that I think about it, they're tiny.
I'm trying to think. We have some rhinestones from like a rhinestone thing. That would be really cute. I wish I had some like jewels. Okay, we're just adding all these little pieces in. We are in the home stretch, people. So who's gonna go get pumpkin spice latte tomorrow? Who's doing it? I might. Sometimes I'm like ashamed when I go. I'm like, can I get a pumpkin spice latte? I'm like, can I get a pumpkin spice latte? Can I get a PSL? Can I get a PSL? Don't judge me. Can I get a PSL? They're like, gosh, another
basic.
one. Yeah, another
So
basic girl coming through the Starbucks line. We just got a Starbucks on my way to work. So like we have a new Starbucks for me and I'm like been going crazy.
We went from one Starbucks to like 3 or 4 in the span of a summer.
Yes, we did. It was crazy. And the first one we had was indoors forever. And I'm like, nobody wants to go there except for Tanner. Tanner goes all the time. But I'm like,
Except for Tanner.
I'm not going because it's inside and I got kids everywhere. I don't want to go in there. Okay, I'm going to add some ATG on the back of this. Now, I'm going to avoid, let me show y'all close up. So the little cuts right here on the back side, you can see them. I'm not going to put any ATG right here. I'm only going to put it around the perimeter. I don't want to stick that down. So just going to add ATG here and here. Okay. And then you just have to kind of line this up as best as you can. Luckily, if the pink pops to the front, it still looks pretty because it's like our accent color. And then you can just slide your little card in there. Here, let me get this one out. It's kind of like, you have to like do it once and then it'll go in really good. And even I like to take my little tweezers and kind of lift that edge up and you can get in there better.
Also, it has been requested that we do more like gift card holders like this, like especially for like Christmas time.
Okay. I found the cutest little birthday cake box yesterday. I want us to make it. We don't have the file for it, but we could come up with something similar, and I want to make it so bad. Listen, this just takes a minute, okay? But once it's in there, it's in there. You just kind of have to like prime the holes for the gift card. Okay. There's 2 sides. Not me getting Flex Seal literally all over this gift card. All right, now if you didn't want to be so complicated, you could put some ATG on the back of this and stick it on the back.
And be done.
And be done. But that's the back. That's it, y'all. Is that not so dang cute? This is our original. We're missing the dot on our eye, but I mean, that's just so fun. I love it.
I do too.
What about inserting the gift card before taping it on the back? Kristen, that would have been a good idea.
Great idea.
Do that. You guys should do that. Okay, that's it. We are finishing up right on the top of the hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you all think of this? I just love it. And I love it. Like, it looks, I wish you all could see it more, like, better. I know that, like, through the screen, it's still really, really cute, but seeing it in person is just like,
it's like got that glitter a little bit.
It's just like something different.
Yes, for sure.
So different, and I am obsessed with it.
Yes, I love it.
So for those that haven't, maybe you weren't here at the first of the show, I want to remind you guys that we still are running our pre-sale, Maker You pre-sale. If you thought this was really cool, we have so many more like amazing paper crafts in our Maker You series. It is different from our membership. We are still doing pre-sale for sophomore year. So if you want to jump in, y'all, the bundle is the only way to go, getting freshman and sophomore year together. You save so much money. We are shipping out workbooks for those that get in before we run out. And like me and Alicia said, we'll have to check, because if you want a workbook, you need to get that today. And the great thing about this bundle or getting Maker You right now is we have changed it. So normally we only do pay in full, and sometimes we used to do like 2 payments. We have changed it to 3 payments now. So you can pay over 3 months. It's $99 for the bundle. And if you get it today, then you'll be charged $99 for the second and the third month. So you all are getting a steal of a deal, meaning you're going to get, how many was it, like 22 classes? Or was it more? 40,
it's 41 altogether.
22, goodness gracious. 41 very advanced classes of projects that you all we teach you how to make them. And you may not be a seller, you may be a seller, but these are very, very sellable crafts.
Yes.
Crafts that are more advanced but super sellable.
Yes. And it's not meant for craft selling. It's really geared towards people who want to like level up their crafting.
Yes.
So we always say it's for like the advanced crafter. Now, if you're not a member, becoming a member would probably be your best first step, and then joining Maker You later on. It will be available for purchase. But if you all are like, I've already been a member, I already am experienced with my Cricut, and you're like, I really, really want to step my game up, Maker You is going to be perfect for you. And I do highly recommend getting the bundle, because you are going to save, like Lauren was saying, it's going to be around $300. And it's like ends up being cheaper just to get both than it would be if you just wanted to get freshman year. So
also, shout out to Clarence Campbell. Thank you for the lesson. This was my first exposure to Maker's Gonna Learn. Good times. Clarence, we're so glad to have you here with us. Come back and join us later. We're not going to be live on YouTube the rest of the week. We do have a member-only masterclass tomorrow, but come back and join us. We love to see new faces, absolutely love to see new faces. Check out our website. We do have a membership website if you have a Cricut. We have thousands of cut files and hundreds of fonts. So definitely check us out. We're so glad that you were here with us today.
yes.
And welcome. We hope to see you more.
Yeah. So tomorrow, masterclass, members only, 1:30. Lauren's doing leather and ribbon
Key
keychains. Key fobs.
Key fobs, keychains.
They're so cute.
They're so easy too.
Yeah.
And we're actually, I think I'm gonna add that little touch of
HTV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now it doesn't have like a name or anything on it, but it's really, really cute how it is. And they look store-bought, which I love. I just love a keychain.
I do too.
To be honest. So.
Especially one that you can like put well, the one that the dimensions that I have right now, it doesn't fit around my wrist, but I got some big old hands.
Well, and you can just carry it.
Yeah.
You can so it's very cute.
It's so cute. It turned out so, it's one of those things a lot of times when I go to make things, I'm like, this will be okay. Like, it'll be kind of cute. But then when I end up finishing, I'm like, really can do that. Like, that is so easy. And I think this is one that you all are going to be like, I've been wanting to do this, and I can't believe I'm just now getting around to doing it.
And you can use your Cricut to make it,
Yes.
which is even better. So we'll be back for that tomorrow. And then next week, we will be live on Tuesday and Wednesday with some more crafts for y'all. We've got a Canva tutorial and a craft, and I can't remember what the craft is. Of course, I never can. But it'll be on the channel. So
we're going to be crafting with y'all next week, in case you didn't know.
So we will see y'all back at 1:30 Eastern Standard
On
on
Tuesday
next
Yes.
week. All right. See
Sounds
y'all there.
great. Bye, guys.